Hello everyone, this is Darryl20 and welcome to episode 104 of Modern Skyblock 3 series. I've got all the chickens. I've got all the chickens. That is the shenanigans level that we are at. I totally have all the chickens. Quest complete, the last of the chickens. How cool is that? So if we go into the chickens quest, we will see that we've completed all the chickens. I'm very excited about that because it means that we're done with chickens and we don't have to worry about chickens no more. And I've got some stuff in my inventory, specifically because I want to make... Oh, quest complete, chickens complete. Oh yeah, that's what's up. I want to make something today, which is going to help me in the long run. Oh, we've got some structure frame tier 3s down here, do we? Every time I throw that structure panel thing down, I forget that I'm accidentally, occasionally, doing silly things like that. How is my channels situation over in this general direction? So you've got 8 going on. You've got 1 at the moment. So I could probably dip off of you, but I'd rather not be too close to this. How are you guys? You're at 7 going off in this direction, so I could probably tap into this guy if I wanted to. Yeah, that seems reasonable. I don't see why not entirely. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds good. Let's get some cables. I'd like to, today, clean up the mess that is the wiring under my base. It's not that bad, but it's pretty bad. So we're going to do our best to do something about that. So what I'm going to do is actually have an interface here, not that. Let's put you, and then you, and then you, such that you're there. And then you. And then what we need to do is get into Flux networks. So I did update it, so it's a more recent version. So that's cool. And our plan then, oh, I didn't light up this platform since I rebuilt it. Well, it's not important to redo that anyway, because what I'm gonna do is rebuild this platform in a minute anyway, because I have enough ironite to do the next tier. So that's cool. So I'm going to drop you there. So you're going to be a dropper. Do you want to do that, or do you want to be... How about we do this? Let's actually... yeah, I'm going to put you here again. We'll put the interface here, and then we'll put the dropper like this. How's that sound? Boom. And then you can go there with that. And then we're going to want a ranged collector. And we're going to want mechanisms, item, ultimate logistical transporter. And then you're going to go like that with you set to no, with you set to extract. And you are going to whitelist not redstone, but this stuff. Cool. So whitelist that so that now, right, suppose I do this. Cool. So aside from the magnet issues, you know, standing near this thing with a magnet on, we should now have an auto crafter for Flux. And that's what I'm going for because I want to get into Flux networks today to clean up some of the wiring mess that we have. But then in addition, Flux networks basically let you have unlimited wireless transfer of RF energy, right? So now we know how to make Flux. We've got a lot of it, right? We've got already 30. Cool. So let's take a look at the Flux mod, Flux networks. And we're going to need to figure out how to make a few things. So first off, you need to know how to make one of these, which means you need to know how to make an Eye of Ender, which shouldn't be too much of a problem for you to learn. Surprised you don't already know how to make an Eye of Ender. But now you can make a Flux core. And then with a Flux core, you should be able to make a Flux block. And then with a Flux block, you should be able to make that and that. So these guys should be cool now. And then we can get a Flux controller, which I'd like to have. So let's get one of you. And the controller needs 5 blocks. So we're missing some flux. Oh, right, I never wanted the actual flux. So for that, you basically get one of these for one redstone, right? And we put that in there, and we teach you, and we take you out of that mode, and then we just have to find our automatic precision dropper that has nothing in it, right? So now I should be able to get 5 of these things, no problem. And if we listen, we might hear it. I don't know if we hear it or not. But we can see things happening down there via particle effects. So that's cool, right? And then do you have your flux blocks going on? We do. Nice. So then a flux core, boom. And I shouldn't have too much of a problem making 2 more flux to make this happen. So flux controller, good to go, right? And you can just, you know, chill pretty much anywhere on my platform. So we're going to set up a flux network. I'm pretty sure I've done this on YouTube videos for you guys before. I played with Flux quite a few times in my streams. And I think I played with it a bit in Stoneblock. So basically, this is your Flux network control screen, right? So you can set up networks, and you can have multiples. And you can set up all kinds of other cool stuff in here. So we're going to create a new network. We're going to call it Direwolf20's network. You can name it, make it whatever color you want. Let's do like a cool cyan color. Does that sound cool? That looks cool to me. All right, Direwolf20's network. Yay! So now I can choose Direwolf20's network, and we've got it. So this is the Flux controller. He's like the brains of the operation. I don't know if you actually need one. In the past, you didn't. So I don't know that you need one. We're going to set up a transfer limit as being false. So basically, you can limit the amount of power that can transfer around, but we're going to make it false, and that's going to be cool. You're also setting up wireless charging if you want. You can specify like inventory slots to wirelessly charge. You can see all the network connections and the statistics and the allowed players. And then there's some debugging you can do, and you can create a new network. So that's pretty much the Flux network. So that's just like the brains of the operation, but by himself, he ain't going to do much. I'd like to teach you basic Flux storage, but you've always been a little bit tricky with this. But let's see what happens if I try to teach this, right? So can I come in here and do that? And then what are the chances that this is going to actually work? Yeah, I didn't think so. So like these things, for whatever reason, I've always had trouble auto crafting with, but these are basically like energy batteries. So the basic is 256K. The next tier is 12.8 million, and then the next tier is 128 million RF. So I want to have those because then you can access your internal capacitors pretty quickly, and that'll be cool. So let's do it. So basic Flux storage, in order to get the top tier, we need 36 of these. So that shouldn't be too bad, but we are missing obsidian. A pretty healthy amount of obsidian, for that matter. Where is my obsidian maker? Is that not you? Oh, yeah. Hey, buddy. Haha. Sweet. I must have hooked something up because you are doing a good job of making tons of obsidian for me. Hooray. Do we have the channels to do an import bus here? Or do we have like a thing nearby that we can tap into? Would that be cool? Like, what's the word on this guy? We seem to be good on channels. So can I do like a quickie import bus here? So that we can have, you know, all the obsidian? I think that sounds like a good idea to me. So import bus. And cabling. Well, I should be able to just do you. And then some acceleration cards. Like that. Sweet. No more a problem with obsidian. So then I'm going to probably just remove this guy, because we don't need to be creating obsidian all the time. All right, so now can we get 36 of these? Yes. Cool. So you're making glass, you're doing explosions to get the blaze powder, you're getting the ender eyes, you're getting all the flux. We need a healthy amount of flux, but it shouldn't be too bad. So that'll cook for a few minutes. And then these guys just get upgraded with glass panes. So let's get like, you know, if we say 1, we'll get 16, and that'll be enough, I think. Let's get another set. Cool. All right, so in the meantime, let's also schedule some flux plugs and some flux points. So points will remove energy from the network. So I'm going to want like at least 10 of those to start. And plugs, we're going to want, you know, a handful of as well. So that should be cool. So we have a lot of auto crafting going on. Looking good. In the meantime, right, here's what I think we should do. We should also upgrade to the tier 5 void ore miner, so we can start getting tier 6 void ore stuff happening, and that would also be cool. So while that's happening, let's take care of this, right? So over here, I basically didn't clean you all up with lighting and whatnot because I knew that we were gonna take care of this in a minute anyway. So all this junk goes away. I don't even know why I have an advanced item filter on me. But we're going to figure it out. So if we check in here, just want to make sure and validate that we totally have enough ionite. Yeah, 352 of the stuff. Okay. So I've definitely left my game running for a little bit. And that was smart, because it totally got me a bunch of the stuff that I need. Good, that worked out pretty well. Cleaning up this junk. So tier 5 void ore miner is what's coming up next. And that'll get me the resources to make the tier 6 stuff. And then once we have them, and we don't have to actually build a tier 6 void ore miner, we just need the miner itself. And the same for the solar array or lunar array or whatever we need. So in theory, we are very close to having access to what we need. We don't even have to like actually build a tier 6, right? So let's teach you how tier 5s are made. Oh wow, they're made with nether stars. Okie dokie. And we have 0 nether stars? Oh boy, how many of these are we gonna need? That's gonna hurt. That is gonna hurt. And prismarine we can get, because we just need quartz. Over here, right? Do we have a magnet on? We do. Alright, so the nether stars will probably be the tricky bit to this. Not like, you know, crazy tricky, but tricky enough. I mean, to be fair, we also have chickens that can make prismarine, I'm sure. But I don't think there's chickens that can make nether quartz, or nether stars, is there? There's mystical aggradations, which I don't think we have access to yet, right? And then there's calculator, and then you can dupe it using Tome of Alkahestry, which we might be able to make at this point. We might be able to make that tome. Should we try that? I feel like that might not be a terrible idea. Let's go get this guy. Alright, so we need 72 structure frame, tier 5 or above. Well, let's put our magnet ring back on, otherwise that would hurt. Right? 72 nether stars, essentially, is what you're telling me. So we're totally going to want to automate the wither. How are we for skulls? Not a bad number. It's not bad. Like, that would be a stack of nether stars right there. So getting 72 is not outside the realm of possibility for us at this point. Because you're definitely still spawning and making lots, right? We never did, like, a beheading type thing. Mostly because I wanted to see, like, if just letting it passively run would be enough. And it seems like it's probably doing pretty good. So, hey, Flux Networks, are you done? You are just still cooking up tons and tons of flux for me, aren't you? Okay, that's fine. You take your time, buddy. You just do your thing. All right, with that running, let's get, so yes, we have this. Good. So we're going to want a wither builder. Pretty standard practice at this point for us. So that doesn't seem too bad. We do need another star, though. So we have any plastic? I feel like we should have some of this stuff. Really? Because we have a bunch of the machines. We probably just don't have any more plastics. So let's get... I'm sure I set one up. I'm just trying to remember where. Hey, that looks like it. Yeah, this looks good. Hey, look at that. I knew I would have some. Oh, sweet. It already compressed it for me? Good job, me. Ha, that's cool. Isn't it funny when you like stumble across something that you once made and you're like, hey, I did a good job on that. So you smelt that up for me. You might auto import? You could be convinced to. Cool. Yay. All right, so with that cooking now, we should be able to get our wither spawner. We just need a wither star. Now, how am I going to automatically kill the wither? Usually I would use Draconic for that, but I don't think we have access to Draconic. Is that correct? Requires advanced defense, heart, amulet, and advanced calculations. So we have to get into both those mods if we want to auto-kill the wither with Draconic. Is there perchance another way to auto-kill the wither? I don't know if the mob grinder from whatchamacallit can kill the wither. So there's this guy, right? But he needs this, which is an unfamiliar item. And also, wow, Sword of the Wyvern. So he actually needs some pretty expensive things to make that mob grinder. Not insanely expensive. Not insanely expensive, but we do need basic fusion crafting, which it looks like the recipes have been changed a little bit for. And I mean, that's not the end of the world, right? So we should be able to get that. And we have draconic chickens. So when we get to the point where we need lots of draconium, we just breed them up and we're cool, right? In fact, how many? We have one, but we could breed more. It shouldn't be a problem. We even have a dragon heart, so that's cool. So what other ways could we auto-kill the wither? I've done it with astral sorcery before. We could try that. That shouldn't be too bad. I've done it, yeah. Let's see if the grinder from the mob grinder thing, whatever it's called. Mob masher, mob crusher, that's the word. That's the word I was looking for, crusher. Can kill the wither. So mob crusher shouldn't be too bad to make. Just need a couple gold gears. And an iron sword. Cook up some of that for me, would you, buddy? Cool. All right. Let's get into our Flux networks too while we're at this. So you're almost done making these. You're just cooking up a little bit more Flux, which doesn't look like it's taken too long to go. And then we also have this guy waiting to be made and this guy, all of which requires more Flux. So we'll be done with that in a few minutes. Let's get over here. So out of curiosity, what are the chances that this will work? Now, do you need a range upgrade? I feel like you do now, right? Or no? If you were to show working area. Oh yeah, you're totally cool there. Okay, so let's get you some power. For now, what do we got going on down here? We got that stuff. Let's just get our Flux network up and running. Because you're almost done, right? Yeah, super close to being almost done. Let's come back in a minute when this is all cooked. All right, so at the very least, these guys are done. So let's upgrade them. Sweet. And then you can be upgraded like that. And that's 128 million RF capacity, right? So I'm gonna pop you down here. It doesn't really matter where he goes, but you're gonna be on Direwolf 20's network and you're not gonna have a transfer limit. And that's all I have to do to configure this guy. So currently he has a buffer of 0, which is fine. And then what we wanna do is have power going into this network and power coming out of this network. So power going in will be Flux plugs, and power coming out will be Flux points, right? So a good use of a plug would be over here. Mr. B's weird all the time and I don't understand how you work. So I'm gonna remove you and we're gonna put a plug here and I'm gonna connect you up to Direwolf 20's network. So it looks like you're receiving power, which is good. And I'm gonna remove your capacity, your transfer limit. 256,000, but I took the transfer limit off. So are you getting power? You are, and you're actually getting it pretty quickly. Wow, you filled up 120 million RF really fast, which is cool. So that tells me that like all this stuff, right? Because these solar panels are essentially feeding this induction matrix. So I think we're cool with that. But another plug point might be nice to have right over here, right? So you, Ultimate Energy Cube. Let's do power output on the right. I don't know what direction you face. What direction are you actually facing? What I think I can do is this. That's cool. Okay. So that is outputting. So if I do that... Well, I didn't really want to do that. That works, right? So then you are a flux plug. And I could change the name of this too if I wanted to. But there's no energy going into this right now because the buffer that we have is full. So that's spiffy. So if we come over here and place down our point, right, I'm going to turn off you, and I'm going to set you to be Darryl20's network with no buffer, right? Boom, filled up real quick. Nice. That is cool. So let's see if this works, right? So what I'm going to do to set this up is make some soul sand and some skulls and get to work. And if it doesn't work, I'll just have to kill them manually because I need a nether star anyway, right? So you are running and trying to kill things, and that's cool. So we'll see if he's capable of killing the wither, because I have no idea. In the past, this mod has not been able to kill the wither. Oh boy, he did kill the wither. Well, would you look at that? Well, would you look at that? That is interesting. Today, I learned something, and that is that this mod can kill the wither, which is exciting news to be sure, right? So let's set up a thing to make this thing transfer items into our refined storage network. So that'll be easy as well, because we have down here an all-white ender chest, right? So let's put you guys away. You, enderling chest. What's involved in making you a thing? You just need some leather. We have no leather going on? Okay, so let's get zombie flesh. Thank you. And is my magnet ring back on? Good, I just wanted to make sure. Right, and then we just need blaze rods, which I think we can get from a compactor, and blaze powder. Cool. And then we should be able to come over here and set up you with you, and items come out of you. Sweet. Now I'm hoping that like a backlogging of mob juice won't be a problem, but it would actually be nice to have that mob liquid because like never hurts to have, right? Would it be a terrible idea to get some pipes? Is that what they're called for mechanism? Capable of transferring fluids. Elite mechanical pipes. Basic mechanical pipes. Let's get like another bit of steel. Actually, maybe 2 more of that. Cool. And the reason for this is I want to get that liquid for making more wither skeletons. Because right now my problem is the liquid, right? So the wither skeletons thing should be cool. So basic mechanical pipes can come down here. What I'm thinking at the very basically is... You know what? No, let's put you... Hey, I said you. I don't even know why you exist. Welcome to Daryl20's YouTube series, where he doesn't even know why things exist. So, like, I could run you. And then set you to extract that liquid out. Cool. And that'll go into the tank for the buffering, and then the tank will transfer it to this dude, which is capable of spawning the wither skeletons, right? So that's just going to speed up our wither skeleton spawning, which I think is going to be good. So now for the builder, right? So let's break this block just so we know exactly where we're going to be building this out at. So we have a nether star now, so we can use, let's just put this here for now. And then we need our builder, right? So what we want is the builder, the wither builder. And that should be pretty straightforward then. So the wither builder, quest complete by the way, goes here. And if we show working area on this, and he needs a plug as well, so we might as well, or a point, yeah. So give him energy, would you, buddy? Cool, and boom, energy. Flux networks for the win. All right, so that shouldn't be a problem. I don't know if there's a way to rotate him. I think he just builds in a direction, right? To get this going, we are going to need a chest, probably. Let's do that. Yeah, that sounds good. And inside that chest, let's put away some inventory stuff I don't really need right now. I can put you away. I can put you away. You're going to be used in a second here. And we totally have some explosions happening, but I'm not too worried about that, because I think I'm blocking the ones that I care about. And if a few blocks around the edge here get blown up, we're all right. You know what I would rather have is a crate. Can we have a crate? Thanks, buddy. You know why I want a crate? Because I can place it here and still access the inventory. Haha. And then you, Ultimate Logistics Transporter, will go here with you. And you're going to be active on redstone signal, and we're going to want a lever that controls whether or not you run. Cool? Cool. So now, let's get some soul sand, of which we're going to want 4 stacks. And some skulls, of which we're going to want 3 stacks. We do this, and check out what happens. It should immediately put the wither skeleton structure in there. When I flip the lever, it's going to build it. And then he should keep building it. Now let's turn this lever off for a minute and see how reliably that thing kills. Because hopefully it's quick. Wow, that's pretty quick, dudes. I'll take it. The problem is we have a lot of those dudes dropping down there, don't we? Let's get our gadget to help with that. No, look at you being all nuisancey. I want to fix this, because now that I'm seeing these dudes fall, I'm realizing how many skulls I'm losing, and that's probably a bad thing. So, hey buddy. Can you show me your area of effect, mister? Show working area. That ain't so bad. We can resolve that. Build to me. And then if we did a... What that's right. I have you that way on this game. How's that work out? Pretty good? Yeah, that works out pretty good. So then you should not be able to... You know what I should be able to do is just this. Is that fair? Yeah, that looks pretty fair. Because they shouldn't be able to spawn in a one tall area. So now all the mobs will spawn above. Cool. Alright, hide working area, cool. And then you can come over here and just spawn lots and lots of withers for me. So let's come back in a minute after they all die, assuming that nothing bad happens as a result of doing this. I will come back if something bad does happen as a result of doing this, and you guys will be the first to know. But it looks like it's going to go pretty smoothly. I mean, they're dying, and that's what counts, right? Cool. Back in a few. Alright, if I'm not mistaken, the last of the withers spawning items have just gone into the thing, which should be 64 nether stars now. Yes? So that's an automated wither spawner. I today learned, like I said, that this thing does a good job at killing wither skulls. Still, withers. Yeah, that's it. The word I'm looking for. Withers. So let's get 64 and 48, if I'm not mistaken, is the accurate number to spawn more withers. We'll see. And that shouldn't be too bad, right? And then we should be able to come over here and teach this guy how to make structure frame tier 5s. Which I'm going to do right now. Because I want to get this thing built before the end of the episode, right? So I'm going to put the frame tier 4s away, right? And if we... I don't know where you are, but... 55 of them. Cool. So we need 72 frame tier 5. So how are we on nether stars? More than 72, right? So structure for 72. Hopefully this isn't too impossible to craft. No, it doesn't look too bad. We just need a few more structure frame tier 4s, right? So start that up. And then in addition, we need structure panels times 36. We have plenty of them. And we need null modifiers times 16. So we've got 12. We need 4 more, right? Modifiers. And if I could upgrade you to speeds, that would be super cool. And lots of power. Alright, enough to get 3 more speeds. Good enough for me. Can I upgrade you to an accuracy without too much complaining? No, because I need more mica still. Alright, but that works. That works. Or is it? I don't know. Well, we got enough now. 16? 16. Yes, good. Alright, so that should be it. And then we can get our structure tier 5s. Oh, and then we need to upgrade you, buddy. I forgot about you. But that's a crystal lens, so we want a clear lens. Which shouldn't be too bad to make. Right, so that is the clear lens going in there. Tier 5 void ore miner. Nice! Quest updated, Atheum. Right? And hey, that's right, I have my wand of... That's funny. So let's take you. What I'm going to do is remove these cables all together. Right? Because you don't really need to be sending power over there no more. And plus, I disconnected this whole line. So we're going to have to, like, get rid of some of these things. So then you, Flux Point, will go here in a minute. But you're going to build this out for me. Is that a tier 4 down there? I thought I had gotten rid of all you. Tier 5's good to go. Whoops, wrong. And I'll get power into that thing above it in a minute, too. Build, 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 build! You done building yet? Any more structure panels going on? What are you doing here, structure panel? Why do you feel like you're in the way? Oh, did I not account for the lenses needed? Hold on, how many lenses did we need? I might need another lens. Just make like 2 of these laser core things. I probably didn't account for those. Keep building. Just in case I miscounted for the null modifiers. So it looks like it's, actually no, it looks like it's right on modifiers. We might be missing a structure panel though. Did I not get all my structure panels out? Oh, I didn't. There's your problem. So are we good now? That looks like a completed structure, right? Why does it not seem like it's a completed structure? Oh no, it looks good, right? So if I turn you on to Direwolf20's network, and we remove the restriction in terms of power that you're allowed to transfer, 39,000 RF a tick. Not too shabby. Cool. And then you need power, right? So you're gonna do that, and you should have power now. Wow. With the wand of acceleration, it's ridiculous, right? With the wand of acceleration, it's ridiculous. And he's transferring, wow, we can see it's 424,000 RF a tick. That's hilarious. That is awesome, though. How are you holding up with regards to that? Not bad. Output 1.0 million joules per tick, which I think I can... Yeah, 409,000 RF a tick. All right, not too shabby. So with the wand of acceleration there, it's a little bit much, but it's more reasonable without the wand, right? 39,000. That's cool, right? And we already got some Aethium crystals, which should complete a quest for us. Hooray! Cool. So environmental tech, huh? Quest updated Aethium. Anything else for me? All right. So that's you. No, not you. Environmental tech. Yeah. Oh, was that not there before? That's cool. Okay, now we have the tier 6 void resource miner. Nice. That's cool. All right, so the quest is there at least, so that's good. So maybe it was hidden until we got there. I could have sworn it wasn't there before, right? Oh, no, wait, this is it. Tier 6 void ore miner. Ah, yeah, that's it. All right, cool. So now we just need that. Tier 6 void ore miner. Awesome. All right, cool. And then the lunar controller, I can only assume, will show up at some point as well, right? Maybe we have to make the lunar arrays 1 through 4 before 5 and 6 show up. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But the quest is there now, so that's cool. All right, I think it's wrapping up point. So Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We've got more automated wither killings going on. We've got more skulls. We've got more stars being made, and that's awesome. And then you guys are just doing a good job, right? Still kind of wish I could have something that would give me more skull drops, so I might look into that. Like some kind of beheading thing, but the only thing I can imagine is automating it with like a left clicker with some kind of cleaver thing. And I'd rather not use that if I didn't have to. I've done that plenty of times. It's doable, but we'll see. But for now, wrapping up points. So Direwolf20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Flux Networks, yay. I might clean up some cabling between episodes, or I might just not. We'll see. But for now, take it easy. Oops, I didn't want to break that.